Today is Sunday, day 261. I did 2 classes today, an hour class and a 30-minute class. Both were on demand. The reason for that was mainly because I actually wanted to listen to some fantasy football podcasts today. I spent like maybe 15 to 20 hours this weekend going over statistics, numbers, listening to some podcasts for my fantasy football drafts coming up. I'm a nerd like that. I enjoy fantasy football. And so because of that, when I was biking, I was listening to some podcasts. So I would put on headphones and just play those and turn down the volume of the class. So I was actually just kind of biking at a constant like 140 to 150 watts. Just doing a long exercise, endurance ride kind of thing. Not pushing too hard because I was going to do a lot of time. So I did, like I say, an hour and a half today, and yesterday I did like an hour, and both times I was listening to a podcast. So it was just mainly to get that time in, and because when I can't listen to a podcast and really multitask very well, because that's like I need to focus on what I'm listening to. So anyway, this is what I decided to do. But it's actually kind of a good way to get exercise in some ways, because not every class has to be super intense. So if I turn the volume up in the class and I'm following the instructor, I end up pushing myself, Even if I'm trying not to push myself too hard, I end up pushing myself because it's very motivating when they're telling you what to do, and you have that leaderboard and all that stuff. But sometimes I don't need to have a super high intense workout, and just getting my legs moving sometimes is not such a bad idea. So anyway, that's kind of what I did this weekend, and I got my 120 miles, and I ended up with like 125 miles. So I hit my goal for the week. But again, maybe sometimes, if I'm just looking to listen to like an audiobook or listen to a podcast or something, getting on that bike and just, pedaling at a constant rate that doesn't strain me too much, but, gets the blood flowing isn't a bad idea. And it's still a good workout. Like I say, I still end up sweating quite a bit. Over time, an hour pedaling at 140 watts is still pretty exhausting, averaging like 18 miles an hour. Anyway, that's what I did, and I got it done. And anyway, and like I say, Tuesday, I don't know if I talked about this yesterday. They're going to come out and replace the bearings. And these things, like I say, are pretty heavy. But on Tuesday, they're coming out to do that, so I'll report on how that goes. And I will see you tomorrow.